I believe here's Mr. Abbott, okay, another accomplished major league pitcher. You notice the ball's up around the air. He's starting to look in at the target. And you notice right now that his foot has started to open and his body is kind of in a rotary change, going to a rotary type action. You got to remember, he is not going simply forward. He's now going into a rotary action. And at this point in time, guys, I want you to look at the back knee, and you'll notice something here. The back knee, if you look, is starting to rotate. And what's happening is, this time we're driving for the first time. We glided in to our power position. And then two things that are happening to help us rotate. What are the two things? Very briefly, the back side, which is the hips, is pushing the knee in. And what's helping it? The front arm is pulling in, what we call a pull position. So two things are starting to happen to help the rotation. The back side's pushing and the front side's pulling. And that's what I call a dynamic energy change. Well, I was at a clinic once and somebody said, gee, you did a real great talk for us on pitching, but can you get a youngster to do this? And I thought that was a real good question, and we're going to show you a couple photos of our students. And here's a gentleman right now, one of our younger students. His name is Jonathan McDonald. He's now a high school player and has corrected all these problems. When he first came to us, he was starting to do something a little bit different than the other players. And you notice he is starting to drive a little early, and his front shoulder's getting pulled out, and his fingers are kind of under the ball. Coaches, you'll see this a lot with the amateur players at all levels. You notice his fingers are kind of under the ball, and he's kind of catapulting the ball, and his shoulders are open. And this is what we call flying open, and he's also getting into a short arm cycle. If you look at our major league players again, you notice at this point in time their fingers are on top of the ball rather than under the ball, something we want to look for as coaches. We also notice, here's another young player. His name is Chris Raleigh. This is back in our fall league a few years back. This boy is only 12 years old. You notice he was starting to get everything right on line. Do you notice how the glove is taking a picture from behind? You notice that his knee is rotated, which means what? His hips have kicked in, and now you see, even though he's kind of closed up front, you see the front side start to come around. So that, for a youngster of 11 to 12 years of age, is getting to be a real good sound mechanical position. And when you do this, what are the benefits? Well, we talked about them. Improved control, improved velocity, and a healthy arm. Pretty good deal for getting the right mechanics. And we're going to show you later on out in the field how we're going to break these down step by step drills, okay, without a ball until your body gets used to it. What you're learning here in class is memory here where you'll see it, but your body still remembers to do a different thing. So I'm going to show you in some real neat drills you'll get excited about exactly how we learn. So we're going to get into another position right now in our next lesson. I know you guys are getting excited about this, and we're going to show you what happens right when we get on the release. You guys ready for that one? Yeah. All right, sounds good. Fun to learn, isn't it?
In this lesson, we learned the linear force momentum changed into a rotational force, helping to create the elements of a dynamic delivery. In Lesson 7, we see where all this energy is channeled.